It's Monday, April 19th, and today we're going to talk about the America First Caucus. You're listening to Fight Knows About Everything, a Night Shift Radio original. For more information, visit nightshiftradio.com. Hello, everyone. I'm Michael Fight, and welcome to Fight Knows About Everything. So first off, I want to say thanks a lot for everyone who has been watching and listening along. For those of you watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure to hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever new episodes drop. I have new episodes drop every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and the Never Heard of It podcast has episodes drop every Thursday and Sunday, which gives you Tuesday and Saturday to just kind of chill and watch, other YouTubes or whatever. But for those of you listening on your podcast player of choice, again, don't forget to subscribe, and if you're able to, go ahead and head over to Apple Podcasts and leave a rating and review. It's super helpful, and I very much appreciate it. And of course, to learn about all of the crazy happenings of the week over at the Night Shift Media Group, make sure to sign up to the Night Shift Radio newsletter. You can do so. There is a link down below. I would super appreciate it. We're doing a giveaway this week for a $25 gift card to Bandcamp, as we have our Left of the Dial live, the live performance of Long Neck. They're performing in the Left of the Dial studio this Saturday, April 24th. You can watch it for free over on YouTube at leftofthedial.live. There will also be a link to it at the end of this video. But definitely check that out. It's a live performance, and you haven't exactly seen live music in a year. Why not watch some for free from the comfort of your own home, right on your device that can play YouTube? And then afterwards, take that $25 gift card that you won and, buy some Long Neck music. It'd be super appreciative. But we're here to talk about the America First Caucus. Now, the America First Caucus received a lot of news over this past weekend as an official document, basically the first draft of what the America Caucus basically is. It's a caucus that's supporting, more specifically, right-wing people, and this was backed by Marjorie Taylor Greene. This comes from Marjorie Taylor Greene and Paul Gosar, who were behind the founding of this. Now, of course, because Marjorie Taylor Greene is the one doing this, it's obviously absolutely crazy. So the biggest controversy about it is that they're going to be introducing this soon, but the language inside of the official, the document that leaked, let's say, wink wink leaked, is that it says that it's focused more on more Anglo-Saxon political traditions. Now, you may be wondering, well, what exactly does that mean? Well, it's the easiest way they could get away with without just saying white people. But the idea behind it is that it's a work toward infrastructure that reflects the architectural, engineering, and aesthetic values that benefits the progeny of European architecture. I mean, this screams Aryan race as blatant as you could possibly get it. Now, of course, as soon as this leaked, and literally everybody was like, WTF, like, what is going on? Marjorie Taylor Greene and Paul Gosar, more specifically Marjorie Taylor Greene, basically come out and said, leading up to this, they were like, hey, we're going to have an official document very soon, any day now. And then on Friday, they were like, expect one today. And then this came out, and of course they instantly received all the backlash. Now, Greene, however, came out and being like, no, this isn't what it's not supposed to be race at all. Like, people are lying and saying that I did this and that I said this and that this is, an unofficial document, and, this was only a first draft and we hadn't seen this document. So it's basically just them being like, JK, that's not what we really meant, unless you're into it. Are you into it? Because if so, then, this is totally it. And then obviously seeing that nobody was into it because it is just straight up racist and fascist, they were like, no, that's not what we entirely meant. But there's a lot of elements to this that are really, really bad. I'm not going to go into all of them, but the more specifically one is them constantly calling out Anglo-Saxon culture, people of European descent, and then it also says that how immigrants have been harmful to the Anglo-Saxon and European lineage of America over the past years. They cite specific instances of like the immigration in the 60s and stuff like that. So, obviously there's more people, Matt Gaetz, resident pedophile, one of many resident pedophiles in the Republican Party, it has gone out to say he fully supports this, because of course he does. But this is, there's a lot to this that is just absolutely terrible. So now, again, the biggest thing is that this came out. One of the things is like America is a nation with a border and a culture and strengthened by a common respect for uniquely Anglo-Saxon political traditions, which is not true at all. In fact, is entirely untrue. It says history has shown the societal trust and political unity are threatened when foreign citizens are imported en masse into a country, particularly without institutional support for assimilation and an expansive welfare state to bail them out should they fail to contribute positively to the country. Which, first off, I mean, we're just going to pretend that the Statue of Liberty doesn't exist on Ellis Island, and the fact that it says bring me your poor, tired, hungry, cold, or whatever. But also, this is just factually untrue. We know that a good immigration policy and immigrants do nothing but help. More specifically, undocumented immigrants or those who are on a work visa pay into taxes but receive nothing back. They are literally just free tax generating machines for the American people. Now, do I think that's bad? Totally. I think that they should get all the benefits that Americans do. If they're making money for Americans, they should have all the benefits that Americans should have, as in terms of financially. However, the fact that, from a Republican side, if you're a crappy person, you're going to look at that and be like, well, they're just generating free money for you. They're we're paying them terribly, but they still have to pay into things like Social Security and taxes, which cover things like Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, and all that, or not Social Security, but Medicare, Medicaid, and all of the other tax benefits. So you're just earning money off of them. So like, why would you not? I don't fully understand. But anyways, and again, so the biggest part about this is that, after this thing came out, Marjorie Taylor Greene instantly was like, no, this is not, this isn't, what it really is. She is basically saying that, okay, hey, fine, nobody seemed to like this. This document leaked and it ruined my whole chance. So she's basically saying she's calling off the caucus, saying that, that this is something she still wants to do. But she is not launching it at this time. So her official spokesperson says she is not planning on launching it at this time. It was just in the early planning stages. But if it was in the early planning stages, why would you make constant official announcements saying that this is a thing you're going to do? The other thing about this is that she even says like, no, this is not like that's, I would never say things like that, except there are multiple instances on Facebook in which she straight up said these exact same values. She talks about the immigration. She talks about like people replacing us, which seems to be this growing theme among Republicans. Tucker Carlson just recently had a whole story about this replacement theory that, the Democrats are replacing valid voters with, by ushering in all these immigrants and basically making them be able to illegally vote Democrat, that's this like weird replacement story, which is literally straight out of any fascist or Aryan style or xenophobic style playbook. I mean, like this is like fascism 101. This is literally a thing, I hate to always bring it back to Hitler because it's such a catch-all, but it's literally what Hitler did. Hitler did literally that. He said the Jews are here to replace you. They are, they're replacing your votes and they're running your country and that's how they're that's why everything's bad is because of this. That was his justification. It started off small by saying foreigners are coming in and these people, those people, your enemies are coming in to replace your votes. They're canceling your voice, and then eventually it just straight up was like, hey, we're gonna kill Jews, and everyone was like, yeah, because you buttered me up for 5 years about what's been going on. So like, it sounds like maybe I'm being an alarm. No, it sounds like I'm being an alarmist, but I'm not. This is very straightforward. The Republicans are telling you who they are. People like Tucker Carlson, like Marjorie Greene, like Lauren Boebert, like Matt Gaetz, and Trump for that matter. Trump was, he was smarter about it. Like he was very blatant, but he did it in a way that a lot of people didn't fully understand. Marjorie Taylor Greene and Tucker Carlson and Lauren Boebert, they took it to that next level, and it's just going to get worse. So, consider me an alarmist all you want, but they are telling you that they are racist. They are saying it out loud. They are putting documentation on fact. They are basically putting the evidence in front of your face, and if you are not there to see it, if you don't think it is, then my friend, you have soul searching to do, because they're being very, very blatant about it. And I know this episode is a little warning and dark or whatever, but I feel like this is an important thing that we need to talk about, because it's happening and because it's going to keep happening until somebody stops them. Because this is what we fought wars over. This is the whole point of standing up for freedom. You know, everybody talks about like, well, the military is there fighting for your freedom. It'd be like, nobody in the other countries that the military in is coming after America right now. None of them. Syria is not coming after America. They're not planning to attack America. Do you know who is? Marjorie Taylor Greene is, by trying to systematically erase people, other citizens and humans off of our planet. Things like immigrants, you know, people who are different from her, people who don't have Anglo-Saxon political or European descent. Like, they're actively trying to do it right here in America, and it's hurting us. It's hurting America because that's not who we are. America is the country that welcomed everyone and gave everybody a chance, because that's the thing we believed in. That's the politics. That's the belief. That's the morality code that America should be following. We don't, but we should. And it's just gross. So thanks a lot for listening, everyone. Sorry to kind of lay the heavy on you, but this is something that I'm passionate about, because this is absurd and everybody should be angry about it. Now, there's a lot to be angry about, you know, tons of mass shootings. That's a whole other story altogether. But this is something we should be standing up about, because people like this slide under the radar and we dismiss them for saying, you know, wild out there things, but then they end up becoming president and enacting laws that actually hurt America. So now's the time. Let's, you know, this is your call to action, to speak, to be out there, you know, to be the foot soldiers, to be out there and to be the voice of people saying, they're like, hey, this is not right. Okay. This is not right. Call your Congress people, call your state senators, the whole spiel. Like, we need to stop that sort of stuff from happening. So anyways, thanks a lot for joining me. I am Michael Fight. And of course, for more information, visit nightshiftradio.com, and I will see you on Wednesday.